Welcome back to my channel Limelight Leaks. Please share and subscribe and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Aaron Kaufman used to be on a fast and noisy show called Gas Monkey Garage, but he's doing new things now. People know him as the guy with the big beard, the smart mechanic who made some of the craziest cars on Fast and Loud. But one day, without telling anyone, Aaron disappeared. This made fans ask lots of questions and start lots of rumors. Now, the real reason why he left Fast and Loud and what he's been doing since will surprise you. Let's find out the truth about why he left Fast and Loud. Aaron Kaufman leaves Fast and Loud. Fans of the show and the garage were shocked and sad about Aaron's choice. People talked a lot about why he was leaving. Most people thought he had a fight with Richard Rawlings. In the end, Aaron decided to explain things. He said he mainly left Gas Monkey Garage because he wanted to do different things. Kaufman said they had growing personal problems and different ideas about what he wanted to create, and the kinds of projects GMG was doing for the TV show made him decide to leave the team. Undermined. Aaron said he wanted to work on bigger projects that weren't good for filming on the show and would need much more time than the filming schedule allowed. He felt stuck because he couldn't do the builds he wanted at GMG. As fans of the bearded guy and cool cars, we can understand that his skills might have been held back in that place, and we can also see why he chose to leave the team for new chances. Fast and Loud was on TV for 16 seasons, filled with smoky, loud, and most importantly, fun moments for viewers. This was because of the cars that came in and out of the GMG shop and the high-energy feeling that led to more than one heated argument on screen between the bearded star and Rawlings. After leaving GMG, Aaron started his own repair and building business in Texas called Arclight Fabrication. Arclight Fabrication officially opened to everyone in late 2017. This was the start of an exciting new part of his career where he could finally focus on making custom cars without worrying about meeting TV deadlines. Impasse didn't have to rush to finish cars just to make air dates anymore. From the beginning, there was a clear goal that guided every project Kaufman worked on. He wanted to push the limits of new ideas and provide amazing workmanship in each build. No matter how long it took to finish, the final result is always worth the wait. Work a team of skilled mechanics and builders who all share the same love for perfection. Aaron Kaufman's love for and talent with cars and trucks is amazing on its own. However, what also needs to be recognized is that after leaving the TV show and GMG, he didn't just take an easy path to social media fame. Instead, he has been following his passion for fast cars and fixing them up, away from the spotlight of Fast and Loud. Another big moment in Aaron's career was when he left the Discovery Channel shows and went on to star in two of his own. The first show he starred in was called Shifting Gears with Aaron Kaufman. In this show, he worked on the bigger challenges he had been looking for while working with Rawlings at GMG. In Shifting Gears, he travels across the country with a team of picked mechanics and builders, looking for more difficult builds to make the performance of the vehicles he finds better. Even though people liked it and critics gave good reviews, only 2 seasons have been filmed so far. The second show with Aaron is called Aaron Needs a Job. In this show, he takes part in projects. He isn't specifically trained for these projects, but his excitement and connection with cars and trucks definitely give him an advantage. He travels across the USA to meet with the men and women who keep the nation stylishly on the road through new car businesses. He helps them out while enjoying his love for anything with wheels. Sadly, only 1 season has been filmed so far, made up of just several episodes. What has been going on with Kaufman after he left? Let us look into details about Fast and Loud. Fast and Loud was created by Richard Rawlings. He was born in Fort Worth, Texas in 1969. As a kid, he went to car shows with his dad and built cars. He bought his first car when he was just 14 years old. Over the next 6 to 7 years, he finished high school at Eastern Hills High School. In 1993, Rawlings got married to Karen K. Grahl, but they broke up the next year. In 1999, he started a printing and advertising business called Lincoln Press. That same year, he married his second wife, Suzanne Marie Mergela, in Las Vegas, Nevada. They got divorced in 2009 but got back together in 2015. On March 11, 2019, Rawlings shared on Twitter that he and Suzanne were separating and filing for divorce. In 2002, Rawlings opened Gas Monkey Garage in Dallas and sold Lincoln Press in 2004. The garage focuses on customizing classic and hot rod cars for customers all over the world. From 2012 to 2020, the business was shown in the Discovery Channel series Fast and Loud. Since 2017, Rawlings has also co-hosted the show Garage Rehab on the Discovery Channel. This show is about fixing struggling car shops with co-hosts Russell Holmes and Chris Stevens. He pitched the idea to the network around 2015. In 2022, Gas Monkey Garage became the title sponsor for Peter Hickman and FHO Racing during the Isle of Man TT races. In May 2007, Richard Rawlings and his co-pilot Dennis Collins reportedly broke the 1979 Cannonball Run record for the trip from New York City to Los Angeles, which was 32 hours and 51 minutes. They made a bet with their competitor Jay Riecke, saying they could beat that time. They drove their 2007 Bull Run entry, a black Ferrari 550 that had been changed with extra fuel tanks. Their final time was 31 hours and 59 minutes. But there is still a lot of talk about whether this time is real because the distances and times don't quite add up. They were the only pair to break the 1975 record set by Rick Klein and Jack May in a Ferrari Dino. This is because all other competitors either didn't start and finish at the right places or took different routes that didn't match with the original Cannonball runs from the 1970s. Even their personal heroes Dave Hines and Dave Yarborough, who drove a Jaguar XJS and set the 1979 record, started from Darien, Connecticut, instead of Manhattan. In September 2013, Rawlings opened Gas Monkey Bar and Grill in northwest Dallas. A second location at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport opened in March. Garage. There's another one named Fast and Loud Demolition Theater, where Richard and some of the crew, along with the people shown in the clips, watch the episodes and share their thoughts. Rawlings and former GMG mechanic Aaron Kaufman were invited to take part in a motorcycle build-off against well-known bike builders like Orange County Choppers, Paul Jr. Designs, and Jesse James. In the end, Rawlings and Kaufman finished second, with Paul Jr. taking first place and James in third. Fast and Loud is made for Discovery. Dismissing, it's made by Pilgrim Studios with Craig Peligian and Eddie Rowetter as executive producers. During episode 1578 of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rawlings confirmed that Fast and Loud had come to an end. The good news is that they are still doing well in Texas and continue to make some amazing custom builds with Rawlings still leading the way. Fast and Loud hasn't come back to TV screens, and Richard Rawlings, along with his crew, has moved on from the Discovery Channel. Indeed, controversy has played a big role in making Richard Rawlings a well-known person in the customs and reality TV world. He is still a committed mechanic who takes a hands-on approach to the cars he buys and sells. Although he might not work as much with his team, he is a smart businessman who has built Gas Monkey Garage into a very popular garage that continues to do well today. Aaron Kaufman's rise to fame. Aaron Kaufman started out as a mechanic in a small garage in Dallas. He had a lucky meeting with Richard Rawlings, who had started GMG about 10 years earlier. Rawlings saw Kaufman's amazing ability to take apart and put back together cars. It seemed like magic. He quickly brought Kaufman on board, and that was the start of his career. It's fair to say that because of his talent with vehicles and his personality on screen, Mr. Kaufman will always have a strong group of fans. The Bearded Wonder and his work. Together with Rawlings, Kaufman would travel across the US looking for rusty, abandoned or broken-down cars found in junkyards, garages and fields. They would then fix these vehicles back to their old glory, creating truly unique builds. They not only brought back some of the most worn-out wrecks, but also changed them into powerful performance machines, beautiful works of art, and impressive parade-ready vehicles. Aaron worked as a builder and lead mechanic at Gas Monkey Garage, and along with the GMG team, they made some remarkable custom projects. Even though a lot of his personal life is kept private, Every fan of Fast and Loud knows exactly who Kaufman is. He was born in Crowley, Texas on January 26, 1982, and for 14 years leading up to 2017, Kaufman built a huge fan base while working at Gas Monkey Garage. At the same time, Aaron is a committed, self-motivated person who learned everything mechanical that he knows today, all by himself. Thanks to his success in the entertainment world, Kaufman also works as a business owner and a media personality. However, there's a lot more to Mr. Kaufman than what most fans know, and here are some interesting facts about him that not everyone knows. Aaron's dad was a huge car lover, and helping his father might have started Kaufman's lifelong passion and love for cars. Even though he dropped out of high school before finishing, he was definitely capable of getting A's. He had the ability to take apart things like toys, bicycles, and eventually his first car, a Jeep Cherokee, only to put them back together with incredible accuracy. Doing this over and over again gave him the confidence that has pushed him to how far he had come. Aaron Kaufman has a unique look that shows his excitement and personality. He has a long, thick beard that almost covers his entire face, earning him the title of the Bearded Wonder. His hair is dark brown and is usually styled in a messy bun. He has brown eyes and puts on glasses when he needs to see clearly, but he often takes them off while working on a car. They enjoy traveling together and often post about their adventures on social media. Their travels have taken them to places like New Zealand, Iceland, Mexico, and Hawaii. Lauren is really supportive of Aaron's career and often compliments him on his work ethic and creativity. She also helps him with his business and goes with him to car events and shows. Even though Aaron Kaufman and Lauren Moore Knob have been together for quite a while, they aren't married yet. They seem to be happy with their live-in relationship and haven't shared any plans to get married. Aaron and Lauren show what a modern couple looks like. They don't follow traditional rules of love and marriage. They have their own way of doing their relationship, valuing each other's individuality and freedom. They are not dependent on one another. Instead, they are interdependent. Aaron and Lauren do not have any children at this time. Instead, they have two pets, Lola and Bastian, who they treat like their own kids. Aaron hasn't shown any interest in having kids anytime soon. He seems to be focusing on his job and his love for cars. He mentioned that he works 80 hours a week and barely has time for anything else. Kaufman went to college where he focused on building and fabrication work. During this time, Richard Rawlings discovered Kaufman's unique skills while checking out a local garage where Kaufman was working. At that point, Kaufman had already become a skilled hot rodder, mechanic, and builder. The two of them then worked together to grow Rawlings's Gas Monkey Garage, which was just starting out. Changing your car to fit into a standard type in the industry is like trying to fit a square block into a round hole. Kaufman calls this adaptive reuse, which requires not just determination, but also creativity and skill. Currently, he is deeply involved in car rebuilds that would have otherwise ended up in the junkyard. This is the path he has taken while gaining a lot of experience. At the age of 16, Kaufman got his first Jeep Cherokee, even though it wasn't his dream car. Not having formal training in car mechanics, Kaufman depended on his natural drive to succeed in his work. With the Cherokee at hand, he found the perfect vehicle to play with and experiment on. He enjoys taking the whole car apart and putting it back together, either to its original form or even better. However, Kaufman also had a strong passion for wildlife. He loved it so much that he dreamed of becoming a park ranger. Since being a mechanic wasn't on his mind, he could only picture himself driving a truck through the rough land of the wild. But his passion changed everything. While working with Rawlings at Gas Monkey Garage, Kaufman faced a lot of pressure from his equally ambitious boss. For example, he was given the task of completing 12 rebuilds in just 24 weeks. This meant Kaufman had to work over 110 hours a week to meet that goal. During this time, he wanted to do things at his own pace and connect with his audience. Given his workaholic ways, it was no surprise that Kaufman took part in a filming session just 3 days after having surgery in the hospital. He usually doesn't share personal stories, so neither the film director nor the rest of the cast knew what Kaufman was dealing with. Besides moving from Fast and Loud to his own show, Shifting Gears, Kaufman also sells Ford F-100 parts at his own shop. Kaufman's ability to do multiple things as both a skilled mechanic and a media personality makes him stand out from other mechanics. According to a website, Kaufman earned a solid $50,000 for each episode. Created by Aaron Kaufman during the 4th season of Fast and Loud, this custom 1963 Ford Falcon race car is easily recognizable to many fans. It was also the vehicle Kaufman raced at Pikes Peak in 2016. In 2017, Aaron put the car up for sale on eBay, eventually selling it to a lucky buyer for $65,000. This car is completely custom-built, featuring a 363 cubic inch Ford Boss V8 engine that makes over 500 horsepower. While working at Gas Monkey Garage under Rawlings, Kaufman wanted to step out from under the control of his demanding boss. It was in Costa Mesa, California. He took part in 2 rounds over the weekend, finishing 5th in both of his heat races and then placed 10th and 8th in the feature races. Kaufman faced some challenges during the races, including one moment where his truck partially went over a K-rail. After the race, his fellow driver Robbie Gordon jokingly said that it was some of the worst driving he had ever seen from the Toyota driver. Outside of the workshop, racing has always held a special place in his heart, especially the famous Pikes Peak International Hill Climb event. He first took part in it when he was still closely linked to the GMG brand, driving a heavily modified 1963 Falcon up the challenging mountain roads. It was a test like no other, but he managed to hold his own against experienced competitors, proving that the spirit of a true racer was alive and well within him. Over the years, he continued to compete in different events, which were shown in multiple shows, including the Stadium Super Truck Series, showing his versatility and skills on the track. Whether it's asphalt or dirt, it doesn't matter. He loves the excitement of competition and pushing the limits of both machine and man whenever he gets the chance. He made a strong comeback at PPIHC with the powerful 1949 Ford F1, lovingly known as Old Smoky, which confirmed his position as a serious competitor in the motorsport community. Beyond just being the guy who builds cool stuff with TV cameras around, he also acts as a brand ambassador for MagnaFlow exhaust systems, a company whose products are often shown in many builds from the past, present, and future. This ensures he remains connected to the front of industry, new ideas and technological advances that happen daily around the world. Starting from humble beginnings as a teenage Jeep Cherokee owner, he has grown into one of the most respected people in the entire car world today. His journey is nothing short of remarkable, filled with countless memorable moments that have helped shape and define a legacy that continues to grow stronger with each passing day. One of my favorite things is a garage filled with unique custom-built machines, but the most special one is my beloved shortbed 1968 F100. This truck's steps I took toward becoming a real gearhead many years ago. Since then, I've collected a diverse range of makes and models, from classic American muscle cars to European Fabrication, a company located in Dallas. His business mainly ships parts for the Ford F-100 truck. Before this, Aaron worked as one of the top mechanics at Gas Monkey Garage. Being connected to Richard Rawlings' company opened the door for Kaufman to appear on television. The team traveled across the country looking for classic cars to restore. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.